Hello there. So howdy. Today is day 570 of our 2-week quarantine. As you can imagine, for a creative person, it's been kind of a bummer. Just a little bit. What have I been doing in 570 days? Well, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's a bit of a downer being a creative person such as myself with nothing to be creative about, with. I don't know. Maybe I should explain what I used to do for a living before I was given dice to throw and the dice disappeared. So, leading up to 2017, I was on my way to be an improvisational actor and a stage actor. I was starting to dabble in film at that time, and things were going pretty much uphill. It was a good battle. I was coming back from a dark point in my life, and by the beginning of 2017, things were starting to look pretty good. I was getting gigs here and there. I finally had a stable job. I was able to afford a place to live, as you can see. Things are going pretty good. Almost too good. So fast forward to January of 2020. I decided to make a vlog channel, or at least post on a vlog channel on a regular basis. Maybe 1 or 2 videos a week. And that was my goal. I feel like in 2021, November 2021, I feel like that goal has really blossomed into something that I could work with. Obviously, they're not good videos. Obviously, they're very depressing videos. Obviously, I'm lacking the editing skills. But that's the point of learning, right? You're supposed to learn as you... I learn as I go. I'm not really one to learn through textbooks and lectures, so to speak. I learn through doing. So I decided to start teaching myself how to make videos. I'm not the sort of person who learns from lectures or previous examples, because then if I learn from somebody else, then I'm going to do what they do, and that's not individualized creativity. That's not my definition of individualized creativity. So I wanted to do something that felt natural to me, and I wanted to not just make video journals or video diaries. I wanted to make short films that encompassed my day-to-day and my routine, so to speak. And by February of 2020, or February of last year, that was going pretty steady. I was making videos. I was doing good. I was learning. I learned how to edit more. I eventually picked up Power Director 365. It's not bad. It's not bad for like a relatively cheap video editing software. Windows Photo Editor is a dumpster fire. So it was a nice change of pace, switching into higher gear, so to speak. And that was great. Those videos worked out great. They did exactly what I wanted them to do. Now, approaching March, things started to feel off or weird. I kept hearing more and more stories of people getting this thing called COVID. I think they called it something else before its official designation. It's been so long, I can't even remember. COVID essentially was starting to spread its little tendrils into the state of Texas, the state of which I live in. And by March 9th, which is what my COVID calendar is based off of, that's when my job decided to close shop because all of our customers, how do I phrase this, feared for their lives and well-being, respectively so. At the time, we had no idea what was going on. At the same time, toilet paper was in short supply throughout the entire United States, probably even the world, which was weird. Never had that happen before. And of course, there were other shortages, other businesses closing down. But the thing that I think was the nail in the coffin for the beginning of quarantine was when the NBA just said, nope, we're not doing games anymore. Nope, nope, nope. And I think that's when everybody started freaking out, in my view. I don't know about any of y'all's, but from what I've seen, that's when things started to hit the fan. And then I started reading into unemployment because I was unemployed. My acting job was no more, and neither was my day-to-day job. So I was getting zero income, and that kind of sucks. In fact, it made me a little worried. How am I going to afford anything if A, nobody is hiring, and B, there's a killer virus that's eating all the people? So, a little weird, not gonna lie. So I applied for unemployment. I got that, covered everything I needed, perfect. And then those 2 weeks passed. Animal Crossing came out. Sweet, more time to play Animal Crossing. But then they said it was going to be another month before things would go back to normal. And I thought, okay, this is different. Because I've lived through swine flu. I've lived through the Zika virus. I've lived through the bird flu. Peanuts. Nothing compared to this thing. That was my assumption. So I thought that was it. The end is coming. We're all going to die in our own way. And this is how the world ends. But little did I know it was ending in a different sense. The world as I knew it was ending. And a new world was coming into being. And it was a very incredibly scary time, all things considered, leading up to that point. And so what else am I going to do? I built a garden. That was neat. It's cold now, so the garden's dead. I don't have any place to store the plants inside because I have cats, and I don't think me nor the cats would appreciate eating ghost peppers or Carolina Reapers or jalapenos. So I just kind of let them die and save the seeds for next year. And I got some, well, they were growing. Now they're very much not growing. And I had more time to be creative. I was able to make more videos. I had time. And so that's what I did. And then eventually it was like 2 videos a week. And they were just about anything. My day. What was my experience? What was going through my head? How did I see the world at that point in time? And that's kind of what I want to keep those videos up. Because when I look back at them now, I'm thinking, damn, that guy's depressed. That guy's sad. Big sad. And I was. Because I had built myself up and I was ready to take the next step, career-wise. And, you know, there's a phrase that I like to say that I don't know if I made it up. Maybe I was drunk and I thought of it. Maybe I thought of it in my dream. Maybe I saw a video, but it's like life gave me dice to throw, right? And then when I threw the dice disappeared. So what am I supposed to do now? And that was kind of the question that was on my mind for the past 500 days. What am I supposed to do now? And I got even more sad. Oh boy, did I get sad. And I still kind of am, to be frank. Well, I'm John, but I'm not Frank, but you get the idea. And now I feel like I'm back at square one, which is good. There's nothing wrong with being back at square one. It's just now things are obviously different. I'm vaccinated, fully vaccinated. I'm more vaccinated than a hot dog right now. I love vaccines. They're great. You know, people still get polio. That shit's weird. I recently got accepted into the University of Houston. Yay! So that's awesome. Go Cougs. I am taking 2 philosophy classes. One is called Knowledge and Methods, and the other one is called Interdisciplinary Problem Solving. So the first one's pretty self-explanatory. How do we know knowledge? What is knowledge? How do we define knowledge? And what are the methods of seeking knowledge, understanding knowledge, things of that nature? It's a very riveting class, but there's a lot of typing involved. Not to worry, though. I love writing. I will sit at this computer for like 12 hours a day, just tacking away until my fingers bleed. And I am A-okay, as long as I don't have to do any more stupid math in my entire life. If you know me in real life, you know that the only subject that I've ever failed in school is mathematics. And I don't know why. I'm good at everything else. I just can't be bothered to memorize formulas that I'll never use outside of this classroom. I know what you're saying. You use math all the time. Yeah, you do, but I'm not going to use the quadratic formula every day. I'm not a mathematician. I'm an actor. Entertaining people is my thing, not teaching people math. I don't need to know that. It's not important to me, so why should I learn it? It might be important to you, and that's good. It should be important to you if that is what your career demands you to know. My career does not demand me to know the quadratic formula or any other super weird calculus or algebra. I mean, I use a little bit of algebra. Don't get me wrong, I do. But I have a Google, and I have this bad boy who can tell me everything I need to know about how to do math, my taxes, Excel spreadsheet. If I have a question, this thing has an answer, and I'm going to just leave it at that. But overall, if I could kind of wrap this whole video up in a bow, overall, I'm doing better. I'm doing much better.
I'm not going to harm anybody, and there's nothing wrong with me. And if there was, I'm all better now. I'm all right. I'm much better.
Thank you for asking. I know you didn't, but thank you for asking. I've had some deep talks with my professors, close friends of mine, and they all really want me to succeed. And honestly, that's what keeps me going. I want to succeed. But my biggest struggle is not believing in myself. I'm trying to work on that. And every time I look back on my old videos and I remember where I was at that headspace and at that time, I can say that I'm proud that I've changed. I can say that I have honestly improved, not only mentally, but just as a whole. It's a good feeling. It's like a fresh, ice-cold glass of water. So I will be making more videos. It's just right now, it is almost finals. Well, no, it's not. Finals are in December. It's the beginning of November, so I have to prepare for finals. As in, there's 2 classes that I have. I have one final paper in knowledge and methods, and I have a research paper in my problem-solving class, and that paper is probably going to be the hardest one. So they have to deal with your career choices and how they equate to what we've talked about in the class. So since it's a philosophy class, it's quite interesting. By the way, I'm going for a liberal arts degree, or liberal studies, and those have 3 minors instead of like a major and a minor or whatever. And my 3 minors are film, media, and communication. I feel like this is good all around. I'm doing it for fun, and I'm doing it for good grades. But anyway, that's all I got to talk about right now. Thank you for watching. I know this video is a little bit longer than normal, but I don't know, I'll catch you on the flip side.